Hi friends, welcome in again. So good to be back. I'm just gonna go grab my water real quick. Hope everyone is having a good morning. Yeah, good morning. Hi Mish, I was hoping you'd be here like first thing. Hope you're doing good today, Kiwi Mish. This stream is for you. Guys, Kiwi Mish, she saved up 50,000 pots and pans points by watching the stream. And then she asked me to make something for her on stream, which is beef tenderloin, Bearnaise sauce. Thought I'd put some really good homemade French fries with it. So excited. And you know what? I'm just like soaking in this little bit of sun while we're getting started today. Pretty simple dish, but there are some very important steps that we have to take to make sure that everything turns out really perfectly. It's gonna be a good quick one today. I'm excited. Kind of just roll through it. So first things first, I think we should definitely prep our potatoes. Thanks, Mish. So I'll start with our potatoes because we first have to blanch them. I love this. First, we're gonna blanch the potatoes, and what that does kind of gets them ready for frying. So it's gonna take some of the starch out of the potato, and that way when we go to put it in the really hot oil in the deep fryer outside, so we're using the egg today as well, it's gonna get more crispy if we do a first step of blanching. And hello, Darth, I hope you are well. After that, we dry the potatoes off, and that blanching process, we are just cooking it to the point where we can bend the potato, how we cut it, but it doesn't break. So have it bendy, but not breaking, because if you take it too far at that point, then your potato is just gonna fall apart in the deep fryer. So blanch it, dry it off really good before it goes into the oil. And then usually I do a two-step frying process. So one step at a lower temperature, let's say around 275 Fahrenheit, just to get like a little bit of a skin on it. And then we crank up the fryer to 350 Fahrenheit, and that's what crisps it up really good. We'll have the potato taken care of up to the point where it's been blanched in oil. And then at that point, we should have the steak resting, and then it's just a quick fry up. Last thing to get them crisp, and then we can serve the steak, the sauce, and the fries nice and crispy and hot. Just since we're doing it one thing outside and the other thing inside. Gotta organize ourselves. Okay, after the potatoes, we can take care of our steak. So we're gonna make a mixture today of some different little peppercorns. I think I have the pack still, or did we use that one from Salt West, Sam? Okay, we must have used them up. So we'll just do a cracked black peppercorn. We'll crack them together in the mortar and pestle. Yeah, he's KO'd already. He was like just alive, and now he's not. And then that's ready to go. Teach you guys how to crust it properly so we don't burn that. Okay, after we crust up our steak, kind of get everything together for the Bearnaise sauce. So we'll get our butter clarified. Let's just write Bearnaise. What we're gonna need: clarified butter. I'm gonna do a 2 duck egg yolk recipe today. 2 yolks. Obviously our tarragon, wine and vinegar. I'll do tarragon and shallot together up there so we don't take up too many lines. Wine and vinegar, and then maybe a bit of hot sauce just to balance things out. That's it, guys. Lastly, we will sear our steak, and that's gonna be very quick. They're not large at all. And we're gonna be cooking the steaks to medium rare today. There's not a ton of marbling and fat inside of beef tenderloin, so we really don't wanna overcook it. And it's known for being quite tender. So some people like to also eat tenderloin rare. I find it's a bit chewy, so mid-rare it is. I think that'll yield really nicely with everything. That way, like, some of the juices from the steak will soak into the fries, and it'll just be delish. Okay, friends, let's get into it. Once we get started, things are just gonna flow. I know it.
You know that this mixture is getting heated because the tarragon is going like a brown color, right? Delicate herbs, when they get really hot, they'll turn brown from green. Yeah, that really reduced now. I think we're safe to strain this. Turn that off. Come in with our fine mesh strainer. Smells so strong. 2 duck egg yolks. Starting to get serious here now. Pour those in, and we're gonna whisk until these get thick and like creamy. Want to keep this moving the whole time, otherwise you have a risk of cooking the egg yolk before we emulsify it. Really want to keep going around the outside of the bowl as well. Looks like it's almost there. And us doing this step right now is also gonna make a really nice, light feeling sauce. Now that we're at this point, it said it to take it off of there. So let's do that. Now we're gonna come over here, I think. That'll be better. Clean up those edge little bitties. You can see how it like kind of wants to cook on, right? That's why we don't want that to get too warm at all. Once you have cooked egg yolk, you have to start over. What's that little bitty? I don't know. Okay. Come in with our slightly warmed butter. Yeah, that'll be perfect. And now we want to be whisking as we're drizzling. And it's up to you. Like, you see those little bitties in the bottom of there, the dairy solids? It's up to you if you want to add that. Some people do. There's a lot of flavor in there. But keep in mind, you won't get as smooth of a sauce. But like I said, there's lots of flavor, so I'm going for it. Gonna add really nice nuttiness. Whoa, I don't know if that could get more perfect. Now, yeah, you always add the butter over the heat, but that's probably where it gets too hot. Let's add in our fresh chopped tarragon. You don't want the mixture too hot when you add that, because it will turn it brown, like I said. But you don't want to wait too long to add it, because then it won't stay too green, even after it's been chopped. That's it, guys.
I'm also gonna come over with salt, some pepper. Let's see how we did before we get rid of our whisk. First off, let's check, how's the consistency? Does it coat the back of a spoon? Yes, it does. When we swipe, does our swipe stay? Yes, it does. Okay. That little taste just now definitely needs salt and pepper. But it's very balanced between fattiness and acidity, which is super nice. I think it's good to add in the chopped tarragon a little earlier so it can kind of let those flavors into the butter. As far as salt goes for these two portions, I think I'm gonna start with like half a teaspoon worth. And then this will develop a skin on top if we let it sit uncovered in our room temperature spot. So just keep that in mind if you're letting it sit for about half an hour. Go back and whisk it every now and then so you don't get that skin, because then you won't have a smooth sauce. Whoa, that's really good already. Just a little bit more salt to bring out the rest of the flavors. But you really even taste the shallot. Just like that little oniony sweetness infused into the wine and the vinegar. I'm gonna leave the whisk in here and we're just gonna pop that on the middle of our stove top. I wouldn't even put it on the double boiler. Like, let's just keep it in the middle here in a warm spot. That looks so good. I think I want to like pop outside so we can have some sounds. Although we will have sounds on the steaks here in a sec. So I'm gonna do outside cam and stove cam. No more Kate face for you. This is almost ready, the oil. Sam's just blanching the first set of fries there. And we'll let the oil heat up a bit more. And then we'll do one last fry to crisp them up. One more thing I gotta do real quick before the steak goes in the pan. Just season this together. So the outside's crusted with pepper, so I'm not gonna put any pepper on the face of our tenderloin, but we definitely need some salt to season the meat. Looks like a pretty good amount of marbling and fat inside of this cut. So you gotta make sure it's seasoned properly. I'll do a little bit of seasoning on the other side too. So I'll just press that on, use my tongs. Nice crusting, because these are pretty thick, right? Beautiful. And then the salt also helps the steak crust up. Okay, hood vent on. See how that's starting to smoke? Probably not. But that's usually a sign that your oil is ready. So I'm gonna take our steak, pop it salt side down. Whoa, careful when you drop it that it doesn't slip. And you should have a nice sear first thing. You want that sizzle. And I usually just give it a press so that we have an even surface area to sear. And other than that, we're gonna keep that on medium-high heat. And we're not really gonna fool around with it too much. We're going medium rare with this. And I was estimating maybe 3 minutes aside to get to that point. And then we'll rest it for about 10 minutes. But we're definitely not touching it for these first couple. Usually if the steak is sticking to the pan, it's just not ready to flip. It'll tell you. It'll let you know. Oh, those wedges look so good, guys. So good. Okay, let's have a peek. This was the first one we dropped. Wanna see how that's seared? Wanna press down the middle a bit more. I don't know why. There's like a little empty spot. This one, that one's seared nicer. "30 more seconds. And then I'm gonna sear the outside. Okay, pop this up. We're gonna start searing our peppercorn crust. Just real quick on the outside. It might fall off. To be honest, I've never really cooked tenderloin with a crust on it. It's not a typical thing. At least not in any restaurants that I've worked in. Yeah, it seems like it wants to stick. So I might just actually leave that. Just go for a plain old flipperoo. The residual heat from the side will make it look good. See, that's what I was talking about. That little bit of unevenness, I don't like that. But sometimes you can't help it. I'm gonna do one more little sprinkle of salt on this side. I think I might try basting. You know, I said I was worried about it taking the peppercorn off, but I don't think that's gonna happen. What I'm gonna do, just tilt this, and then the hot oil might even out the top of that steak. You'd be surprised how well it works. And then having the oil drip down the side. Nom. Mish, how do you typically do your tenderloin when you make this dish? Just give this a little feel. Yeah, we're getting close. This one's gonna be done first. The splatter is real. Just seeing how that feels. That guy's good. And then if we can pick it up. Oh, yes. Going over to the resting station. This guy, a few more minutes still. Little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, that's the other one, Bong. Good one. And when it cooks, it kind of tightens up into a baseball shape. I'm checking the bottom of this. Just don't want to go too dark. Oh man, that's actually perfect. Whoa. Feeling it one more time. I see some juices coming out of the top here. That's usually a sign that you're at medium rare. I'm gonna do one more little basty baste, and then this guy's resting. Just gonna come over here together real quick. We'll let that cool down. Our Bearnaise still staying nice and warm on the stovetop. I just destroyed the entire thing. Show you guys. Let's go for a little stir real quick. Tasty, tasty wedgies. Here, I might go a bit closer for you guys. Yeah. Those are some crispy wedges. Those look like they fried up really good. Nice, salmon. Really nice. Thank you. Ah, listen to the crispy sounds of these heavenly wedges. Oh man, just want to show you the little bit of juices from our resting station. Consistency is seriously perfect. Like just enough to coat those fries and dip the steak into. Not too thick, not too thin. Do one more. Fill it up. Next up, crispy wedges. Gonna fill like half of the plate or about that. Those turned out great. I did not expect them to turn out that good, but sous vide, I think that was a great choice today. That's not like really bloody, so I know that I cooked it to probably the perfect temperature. I mean, that's what we always aim for, right? Okay, real quick. Oh, the dip. Mmm. The tarragon is like a palate cleanser almost. Really nice, like sweet flavor from it. And these definitely turned out the way I said they would. Like, look at that little pillowy pocket. So they got nice and crispy on the outside, but then the center is like a mashed potato heaven. Really good seasoning too. Like the potatoes, our little brine that we made was perfect. How was your steak? Are good? Okay. Yeah, check this out, guys. That, like, look at that. To me, like, that's what I like to eat. You can see the little bit of marbling kind of melted in. Medium rare. Just gonna get a little smaller bite. This is gonna be so good though, because it has all of the peppercorn crust on it. I'm not even going for a dip. Gotta test the steak on its own. Whoa. That's really good with the crust. It got me a bit. Careful with those peppercorns. Don't choke on them. I'm definitely going to eat that piece. I'm going to go for a bigger chunk so you can get a good dip with the sauce. A little bit of everything. Those juices though. Yeah, I went for the dip for sure. If I close my eyes, I'm transported. I know, I thought about it. I need some wine in my life. Okay, I'll pop this up so you guys can see it. Mish, I am so happy that you asked for me to make this for you today, because I have seriously not had a meal like this. So simple, but really well executed in a long time. Long time. Okay, guys. We're wrapping it up. What did I say? We even beat our time. I thought we would take the full 3 hours.
It's only 1:30?
We did not even take 3 hours to make this, Mish.
What?
Which means if I taught you guys how to make this in less than 3 hours, you can easily do it yourself at home in way less time because you probably won't be chatting like I was the whole time. Thank you, Dust, for being here. Yeah, hope you have a good evening. Also a great rest of the upcoming week. We'll be back on Friday unless somehow I get another surprise day off work on Thursday. All right, other than that, guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thanks for all the love. Like, we had 4 days together and it felt so good. 4 days, 5 streams. It was a great weekend. It was a great weekend. Yeah, we raised a little bit of money for charity too. And we ate really good. That's about it. The important things. We ate good. Okay, take care. Stay safe wherever you are and healthy. If you need us at all during the week, we'll be on Discord and on Twitch too if you need a whisper. All right, let's go see Hanbi and spread the love through Twitch. Bye, friends. Love you all. See you next time. Bye.